directly with your first lady. Okay? The last thing we were texting about was we were actually trying to figure out, because I told y'all I've been very uncomfortable about talking about what God used me to do and blah, blah, blah. Like, I did it as from my heart. I didn't know him. I don't have a history. He ain't my brother. We ain't family. We ain't childhood homies. So it was such a random assignment, and I ended up doing it. But for him to go on the airwaves and say, I wanted to box you in the mouth because you disrespected my wife. My wife blocked you, I blocked you, and I just unblocked you a month ago. That's a fucking lie, bro. That is a lie.
Is it?
Look at this, man. Me and your wife were communicating August 11th, 2022.
That's last
August 11th, 2012. Look, I said something that was 7 hours and 3 8. She said without fail. Like, I got receipts. I'm sending images of my new Rolls Royce to your wife. Like, I know y'all always got nice cars and this and that. Like,
really? That's why you were sending messages?
If she blocked me, if I actually disrespected her, as you allege, and you felt the way, how are we communicating August 22nd, 2023?
No. That's not. Oh, no. August 22nd, 2023 is not 2023. It's August 22nd, 2022. You just said it a minute ago. It's not 2023 from last year. It's from this year. It's from last year. So it would be in alignment with what they said. They blocked you on 2 occasions, 2017 and now, right? So they've had you on block and only recently removed you from the block. The messages are from August 2022. Actually, when you zoom in, it's kind of hard to exactly pinpoint it, but you kind of see it. It's 2. It's not 23. It's 22. All right? Let's have a look. Play.
It's bullshit, bro. Like, that's like, look what your wife just texted back and said. Absolutely beautiful. Talking about me purchasing an island in Turks and Caicos. That was August 23rd.
You can't even see it. Hold on. If I can zoom in. You can't even see the
2020.
Hold on. 3. It's not 23. It's a 2. The light. It's hard to see.
Come on,
I wish
man.
I could do it so and catch it. When I did it, it looked like 2022. Why am I talking about this? I want to talk about this because I feel like someone like Tyrese. I've been waiting, watching, listening. Tyrese, to me, there's too much manipulation. Way too much manipulation for my liking. And I've seen a pattern of behaviors with Samantha, with Zelly, and now we're seeing the same pattern with DJ Envy. There's an offness about Tyrese, right? So this was actually, so what happened was after the interview on the Breakfast Show, Tyrese went on to live crying as he does, putting tears in his eyes, and started telling us how he felt so bad that, DJ Envy would come at him after all that he had done for DJ Envy. And one thing about manipulators is, and I'm not going to say the N word, but manipulators is that they're going to remind you of what they did for you. He just said here, I feel uncomfortable even talking about what God used me to do for them. Negro, you mention every single time you talk about DJ Envy situation. You mention every single time what you've done for them. So you're not uncomfortable talking about it. You know what I mean? You're not uncomfortable talking about it. You keep doing it, right? Every time you have a conversation, you keep doing it. And this was after the Breakfast Club. So the reason why DJ Envy replies to him, and I'm going to show you the DJ Envy reply, is because he decided to go on live after, and I was on this live. I actually was on the live. I actually recorded a little bit on my phone. I was like, wait, he's on live talking about the situation. I was like, oh, bro, come on, man. Meanwhile, he's here comes to talk about the DJ Envy situation once more again, talking about how he's talking to his wife in 2023, quote unquote, and how he's been having conversations, and actually he hasn't been blocked. Nah, cuzzy, you were blocked, okay? It was 2022 that you had that conversation, right? 2022, you had that conversation. Hence why you're scrolling down and not up. You were scrolling down. And so I was like, yo, the fact that he the fact that he does this, I'm like, this is a manipulation, man. This is the manipulation that needs to stop from Tyrese. You know exactly what you're doing, and that's why DJ Envy called you out, right? By saying you said some disrespectful stuff. Why do you keep sending messages to Gia about what car and what island you bought? What for? You were trying to help them with their particular situation. All of a sudden, you're dropping car and did it. Let me tell you something. I've met 2 or 3 women in the last few months who have partners. I respectfully keep the conversation mother freaking short. I do not send pictures of myself, pictures of what I'm trying to do, unless it pertains to a business that we have going forward. There's no reason for me to send anything in your direction, right? There's no reason for me to send anything in your direction. So why am I sending pictures of the island I bought? Why am I sending pictures of the car that I bought? We know exactly why. We know exactly why. You're doing too much, bro. You're doing too much. Now, he did say it's a text thread between himself and the wife. That's why I said it's 2022. It wasn't 2023. It was 2022. On the screenshot, from what it looked like, anyway. And it's just like, bro, like it's too much. 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 You get what I'm saying, right? But let's go to what DJ Envy said. I won't stay on here too long, but I want to be able to have some conversation. Oh, don't tell me they took it away. Do not tell me they took it off. Did Breakfast Club delete the video? Nah, it's here. That's cool. It's here. Let's play this.
Wife, please. Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Jesus Christ.
Am I on the radio?
Yes, you are. You're on the radio. Tyrese is calling me a liar. For people that don't know, I stopped talking to Tyrese, and there was a reason why I stopped talking to Tyrese. Not only did I think he's a bozo with my wife. Tyrese helped save our relationship when we were going through probably our lowest point, and I cheated. Tyrese came in and really helped us and guided us through our relationship, correct?
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
And then we got to a point where we stopped talking to Tyrese. I even blocked Tyrese, and I wanted to box him out as the other day. Can you explain to the people why we stopped talking to Tyrese?
Well, we stopped talking to Tyrese on 2 different occasions. Once many, many years ago, when he did do that amazing thing for us. He and I became friends, and we were very, very cool, and we spoke often. But for me, it got to a point where it became inappropriate and uncomfortable, where I felt as though lines were being crossed. You know, there was times where I felt like he was extremely demanding of my time and of my attention, where if I didn't give him my time and my attention, he would get very angry, get very upset. At that time, I didn't feel as though he was going through any mental issues. I didn't feel as though he was facing any mental challenges at that time. I know that he does go through things. I know that he has been on medication, but at that time, I felt as though he was very clear-minded and everything seemed cool. But when I started to feel uncomfortable and you started to feel uncomfortable, we took a step back.
Well, what lines were crossed? Because people would be like, well, what lines did he cross?
You know, I don't really feel comfortable being specific because at the same time, I still do have a respect for him. I know that you still do have a respect for him. I would feel more comfortable just being general and saying that, you know, there was.
So she felt like the conversations had got to a point where the conversation would become inappropriate, right? The conversation, he's asking for too much of her time. And I've seen that before. That's what we call that an annexion, right? Which is that you slowly erode the boundaries of the person. You come in soft and you erode the boundaries of that individual person. That's exactly what he was doing. He was eroding the particular boundaries of that particular person. And so he was doing it very, very slowly. Let me get this off the screen, sorry. He was doing it very, very slowly, and he was eroding the lines between himself and Gia, and slowly but surely taking up more and more of her time. You know how I know that? Because I've done it myself. I've done it myself. Right? I've done it myself. To a woman, to a girl who had a man, I've done it myself. I would call late at night, call, and I'll take maybe the first time, okay, 10 minutes. Oh, all this one is 5 minutes of your time. Then it's 15. Then it's 20. Then it's like, oh, we're just enjoying conversation. This is just sweet. It's just nice. You know, just da-da-da. Then it's 30. Then it's 35. Then it's an hour, right? Then it's an hour and a half. And what you're really doing is emotionally trying to draw the person in and trying to get that person into a sticky situation so that they don't realize. It's almost like the story of the frog in a pan of milk, not realizing the milk is heating up. It's meant to be a slow conversion, and slowly you're moving the boundaries. And so you're doing it so slow that the person doesn't realize that the boundaries have moved before they realize the boundaries have gone too far. And like, oh my God. Now, of course, she caught it before it got somewhere crazy. But she sensed something. She sensed in that moment that, hey, you know what? He's moving the boundaries. I need to behave. I need to check this. Not only that, though, then he would get angry about the fact that, you know, if you didn't give him that time. And that's where, again, the manipulative behavior comes in. That's very dangerous from Tyrese. And I'm like, why are you getting angry about the fact she can't spend that time with you? Because he's a manipulator and because he wants her time. He doesn't want her. I don't believe that he wants her. I don't believe he wants to sleep with her. I don't even believe that he wants to cheat with her. I think it's more the ego. I think it's more about having somebody supply you with your ego being validated, knowing that person is not meant to be having conversation with you at all at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think it's like you're trying to have access to something that you shouldn't have access to, and it makes you feel special when you're the special person who's able to have access to somebody that someone else shouldn't have access to, right? Okay, I'll play it from behind the scenes because it looks like my internet goes slow.
Flirting and inappropriate compliments for a woman who's married.
Okay, I respect that.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah,
is that fair to say?
I don't have respect for him though, but yeah, no, I get it. And
so she said it was flirting and inappropriate comments. There was flirting and inappropriate comments for a married woman to be having with him. That's what he was saying. Classic naughty vibe, man. Classic manipulative vibes, man. You know, and that's why that's why I said about slowly doing it. What he was trying to do is slowly get to a point where he can drop certain jokes, and if she's not aware, she'll play into it. You know what I mean? She'll play into it, right? That's a good point, Elsid, as well. But yeah, no, like she'll play into it. And then if you say, oh, you know, you're looking kind of cute in that dress, you know, or you say, oh, it makes your bum look big in that dress, you know. You say it so innocuously, but you are trying to start moving the boundaries, right? Oh, your breasts look big in that dress. What? I didn't know that's the kind of dress you're wearing. Okay, that's kind of cute. Like little comments like that they seem with the tone and everything. Doesn't sound salacious, but it's not meant to be salacious. It's meant to be so innocuous that you don't realize it's starting to affect you. Oh, he's complimenting you. He's appreciating you. He's sending you love and telling you how great you look and how amazing you are. It's a slow induction. Yeah.
Do it, and you know, I appreciate that. What he did.
How did you see it?
No, I know. I know that everything that's going on right now, and I know that he's being boisterous about it. I haven't been on Instagram in the last 2 weeks because we've been really busy, but you know, you've told me some, so it's not going to affect me the same way it's affecting you because I haven't seen it. But what I can say is that very clear lines were crossed. And
I get it.
So how did you see it, Envy?
There's certain things that you don't say.
So she just said very clear lines were crossed. Very clear lines were crossed. So, you know, Listen, and she said she hasn't seen the stuff that's on Instagram, which I'm sure she probably has, but she don't want to say it. But you know, there were some clear lines that were crossed. And so let me tell you something that what Tyrese did. Tyrese did what, let me tell you something. I've done some manipulative things in my past. I'm gonna tell you something I've done. You know, I've done some manipulative things in my past. So, you know, when I didn't have game, I would use more manipulation to get women, and that's the truth, right? So you drop the whole God sent me, yeah? I have to even question whether God sent you in the first place. Let's not pretend as if let's not pretend that coincidences don't happen. People are not praying. People are not in the right position, and God can send a donkey to do a job. So don't get it twisted like you actually are on God's time. But let me give you a situation. I remember some time ago. Yeah, I used to be on Twitter. And I'm still on Twitter, to be honest. It wasn't that, but it was time ago. I remember there was one girl, and this is very manipulative. I'm just gonna be real with you, right? I remember, and I spoke to her, and she was like feeling down about her faith, and you know what, really in the best place about her faith. And I was like, you know what, like, yo, I can help. You know, if you want to study the Word of God together, we can pray together if you want. We can chat about God, whatever. Number one, the motive was not about God. Number two, I was definitely using it as an in. Okay? I was definitely using God as an in, right? Number three, the end goal was definitely to get in the pants. Definitely, right? I'm just going to be real with you. And number four, there would have been some help because I generally would have read the Bible, definitely would have prayed, and definitely would have been able to help along the way, right? But as I was getting close, what you're doing is you're mixing the water. You're not letting it be pure. So whilst you're obviously, you know, maybe praying or reading a word, whatever, you're dropping some innuendos, you're dropping some jokes, you're closing the gap between you and the person, you're being touchy-feely, you know, you're saying stuff, you're play fighting, you're doing everything that you're getting way too close. All the while, you knew that from the very beginning, that wasn't God sending you. Or maybe you got a Superman cape and you're trying to help, but you got a Superman cape about you. Do you know what I mean? Mr. Save 'em all, right? Either way, it doesn't make a difference. In the end, the end goal is usually the same. And I feel like this is the same thing with Tyrese, that he keeps on harping about how God sent him, God sent him, God sent him. I'm like, if God sent you, stop telling us God sent you all the time. You know what I'm saying? Stop telling us that. You want praise for us to keep saying that God sent you? You want us to keep praising you for the saying that? Come on, man. Come on. You know? Like, chill on that, man. You know what I mean? Yes, Eva. A guy did that. He's now a pastor. Well, they do. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of people that do that, man. There's a lot of people that do that. You have to be very, very careful. Shout out to your DP though. I just want to say the DP looking a bit fire still. That yellow dress is saying something still. I ain't gonna lie to you still. All right, let me behave. But anyway, listen, back to what I was saying. Oh Lord, who's calling me? Oh, I'm on live. Oh, damn. Hold on, guys. There we go. Someone was calling me on iPhone. But yeah, no, yeah, I lost focus for a second. Listen, I saw the yellow dress and lost composure. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So the point of the matter I'm saying is that he keeps mentioning this, that God did this, God did that, God this, God that. And it's like every single time you say this, you know, you get to a place where I'm like, you become boastful. And that for me just is a telltale sign that someone is not as humble as you may think they are. You know what I mean? They really aren't. They're not as humble as they think they are. So, you know, I'll be very aware of that. When people start doing that kind of stuff, just be aware of that. Like, if I've done something for you, I'm not gonna keep mentioning that I did this thing for you, and I really ain't gonna mention the fact that I keep mentioning to you that God told me to do this thing for you. Do you know what I'm saying to you? Like, it's not it at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not it at all. Yeah. So for me personally, but let's listen a bit more. There's a bit more to listen to that we got to play. And, you know, either while you're there and you're laughing, you know, enter the DMs. You know what I'm saying? Let me behave myself. Number 4, enter the DMs. All right, let's get back into this.
To a man's wife. There's certain things that you don't say to a man's girlfriend. There's certain things that you don't say in a flirtatious way. And I told you what he said. You spoke to my wife yesterday, so you know what he said.
So that's why you wanted to box. That's why you said I'll box your mouth.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to box his mouth. It's just certain things you don't play with somebody's wife like that. And
were you upset that he wasn't flirting with you in any way, shape, or form?
A little bit. No.
One thing about Charlemagne is that I find frustrating is that he's always making a joke of everything. It jars me, man. Like every time I'm having a serious conversation, Charlemagne makes it into a joke. I take him for sometimes it frustrates me. It's like, we should have a serious conversation. Just take it serious for once. Like it doesn't have to have a joke in every single conversation. Like it's frustrating. The conversations get to a serious place, and then Charlemagne will make a joke. Are you afraid that he doesn't flirt with you? Like, bro, like, come on, be serious, man. Be serious about life. I know that I know you're a bit of a comedian, but timings. It's not every single conversation that I need to hear a joke from Charlemagne at an inappropriate time. It's like, just have a conversation that's normal, bro. That's what I feel. All right, let me put it back on.
You see me playing too much, but no. When it comes to it, I look at it like this. Tyrese did help save my marriage, and I have a respect for him for that. That's the reason why instead of going at him, I just let it go. I just not spoke to him anymore until he starts going up. Now, I don't know if he has a record to sell. He's trying to push his record or whatever it may be. I just don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is that man was up here. He was in our faces. We had a conversation. After the conversation, we let things go. And it's just always weird when people do that. They go home and now all of a sudden they do other things. We just had a conversation. We was just here for an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was strange.
You know, but I just don't like to be called a liar. And when somebody says, I got receipts, when I'm like, no, you spoke to my wife. Like
what receipts? What do you mean he said he has receipts? Because I'm going to be honest. I don't want to be put in a position to divulge the things that were said. But if he's calling you a liar, then that's a step that might have to be taken. Because
she was like, wait, hold on a minute. What do you mean receipts? What do you mean receipts? She was like, wait. What kind of receipts are you talking about here? Now, I hope she's clean because, baby, this is how we get called out. I hope you're clean, baby. Okay? I hope you're clean, baby. She said, well, hold up. What receipts are you talking about? She said, what receipts are you actually talking about? Because if that's the case, let me go and pull out my receipts. And we can pull receipt for receipt. I'm gonna show you what he really said. She's like, I don't want to go down that route, but I can show you. Now I hope she's clean. I hope she's clean. But the way that she came back into the conversation excitably about the fact there's receipts, and she was silent for the whole time. Baby, did you get your group back? Did you get your lick back, babe? Did you get your lick back, baby? That's what I'm trying to find out. Did you get your lick back? Is that what happened here? Did you get your little lick back? Huh? Did Tyrese make you sing? I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm not saying it's true. Just saying.
By no stretch of the imagination are you a liar. By no stretch of the imagination are you exaggerating anything.
Okay.
It was very clear. It was very inappropriate, and your reaction was very appropriate.
And I also want to say, you know, when he said I didn't check on him, how many messages did I send you yesterday where I showed you that I checked on him numerous times?
I'm sick of y'all. And
I'm just asking.
I'm be honest with you. I'm sick of you
and Tyrese.
I'm just and I think y'all are lovers.
You think so?
I do. This is what I think this is all about. I think he's
not my type.
I think his next album is about both his exes. Okay, you and his ex-wife.
He's not my type.
I think Beautiful Pain has something to do with you too.
He's not my type.
Right? Because both of y'all seem like y'all in pain.
Amy, what's your type?
Again, Charlemagne with the jokes. I don't say that. Anyway, you know, so I think in honesty as well, you know, I think there's the aspect here, you know, Tyrese has gone overboard. You know what I mean? He's gone overboard. He's done too much and has decided to try and take old girl on. And that's the thing I don't like about that Tyrese. He tried to come on the internet, going on like I'm still talking. You know, I still talk to your wife. You know, I know there's kind of people that do that. You know, they twist facts. So like even with the you know, even with the text that he was showing on his particular thing, I was like, wait, hold on a minute. He's showing text about what happened, but when you deep it, it's like you're showing facts in a particular way. You're presenting it in a particular way so it can frame a narrative. That's not what's really happening, right? That's not what's really happening. Let's listen a bit more to Tyrese. If I can. You can get it up. Yeah.
And the last time that all three of us was on the text chain, we were actually going back and forth trying to figure out when can we finally do an IG live with all three of us finally talking about what God put on my heart to do.
You hear it again?
On behalf of the marriage.
What we've been talking about, obviously, you know, again, once more about what God put on my heart to do for the marriage. It is very heavy in the arrogance. Like like it's very heavy in the pride, man. Like I did this thing. No, God told you to go and do it. Let's not. Like, let's not. God told you to go and do it. Keep quiet about it. Right? Keep quiet about it. Do you know? Let me tell you something. The very first time I really knew that I should do some relationship coaching was probably when I was working in a bank, right? I was working in a bank, and one day I was coming back with my colleague in the car, and my colleague was telling me about his relationship, right? He started telling me about the relationship, and I was like, bro, you can't throw this relationship away, you know? I said to him, here's the thing, here's what's happening. You're doing this, and she's doing this. And you like to do this, and that's what's causing an issue in your relationship. He said, bro, that's it. You just solved it. Went back home. Couple of weeks later, he said, bro, let me tell you something, fam. He's an older gentleman. He said to me, bro, you just saved us from a divorce. I'm like, now, let me tell you this now. I don't say every time I see him, you know what God did? Like, I just love it. It's not every time I see him. And you get what I'm saying to you. He already knows I'm a Christian. He already knows I love God. I don't need to keep mentioning that God did what he did because he already knows what God already did in that situation. Do you get what I'm saying to you? I don't need to keep mentioning it and bringing it up. It's so arrogant to keep saying about how God, you know, are we going to talk about the thing that God put on my heart to go and do for you? Even the choice of personal pronouns is making me feel some type of way.
So I'm going to ask you, sir, since all of this is played out for the public,
be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Did I disrespect your wife? Or did I not? Because why would your wife be communicating and responding with me with all the good energy that it's always been? And why would you be communicating with me and your wife on a text chain? And why am I texting you directly and you're responding? There is no problem. There is no disrespect. Just be a man and say, when you went through the same shit that I was going through, I just needed an out. I needed to just like, yo, I'm not with none of that. Just say it. And then here's the last thing that nobody knows. When I had my psych med meltdown, it was around 2017 because I woke up to the news September 11th. And probably like a month later is when this goofy ass psychiatrist gave me the psych med saying it's going to help you to calm down and stabilize your mood, and it fucked me up. The psych med episode had already came and went. Me and my ex were still together over a year and a half after the whole thing went down. Me, you, and your wife have been on calls. We've been texting. We've been communicating. And we've been good. So for you to say, I stopped fucking with you because you disrespected my wife, and my wife blocked you and I blocked you, and we just wasn't fucking with you, and every time you came to Atlanta and you texted me like, yo, pull up to the crib. You know why I was inviting you to the crib? I was inviting you to the crib because you were in town DJing. I wasn't inviting you to the crib to hash out no issues about me disrespecting your wife, because I never disrespected your wife. You never said I disrespected her. She never said. It's a lie. Just be a man and be honest and say you went above and beyond for me out of the goodness of your heart. And I didn't have it in me, nor did she, to step up and help you when you was in the middle of a crisis.
So that's the pain part for Tyrese. See, that's the pain part. The pain part for Tyrese is there. That's what he's... See, people like him, they will... Listen, they do things to get things done. Look, the pain part that you have in this whole situation is this. You felt like you helped them majorly. And when your time came, you felt they couldn't help you. But they told you why they couldn't help you. Okay? They told you why they couldn't help you. Because they felt like you had disrespected them, so they couldn't help you. Right? And you said that God called you to go and do it to them. So why are you asking them to go and do something that God hasn't called them to go and do, please? Yours was God called. Did you go out your own good? Did you go out your own volition, or did you go because God called you? Why do you not think that God would call them to go and to help you then? You said God called you, which means it's out of God's mercy and God's grace and God's plan that He wanted you to go and speak to them. Why are you expecting that it's going to be put right back in your palms? Why are you expecting that it's going to come back straight away? That person's going to definitely do the same thing for you. Especially when you don't even know what the reason is as to why she even wanted to leave you.
Y'all could have flew to Atlanta. Your first lady could have pulled my ex-wife to the side and had 5, 6 lunches and dinners and did whatever she had to do to try and get her to stay committed to the marriage. You could have pulled me to the side and had conversations with me. You could have did anything. And even if you had attempted to help, she would have still made her decision and said, no, I'm out.
So Tyrese wanted a bit of help during the marriage as to why the woman left. I hear you. Okay, I hear you. You wanted them to help you, bro. But first of all, you disrespected. Number 2, God didn't call them to you. So you are asking them to do something that God never called them to, right? Because you were called to them by God. You weren't called to them because you're friends with them. You know, you're asking for something, two different things. You weren't called to them because you're friends. You wasn't with them because you're friends. You were called to them because you were there because you felt like God called you to them to speak on their behalf. So why are you now using it against them? Okay? Why are you now using it against them and trying to force them to be in the same position that you are in to come and help you? It doesn't work like that, bro. And it sounds like you wanted them to come and help you almost get Samantha back and put her back into relationship. The reality is, like you said, she would have chosen what she needs to choose anyway.
I praise God every day that something that God put on my heart to say to you and your wife actually helped y'all in any way I could. But let's not be out here lying and creating characteristics in a man that ain't there, bro. I'm gonna box you in the mouth over some shit. First of all, hee ha ha. For real. But second of all, you lying on me, bro. You just making shit up. I got receipts. August 23rd.
I want to see if I can get
Text messages. I'm not gonna show y'all what we texting about. Text messages. Text. Responses. Text. Where is the person? This is his wife. This is First Lady. Where is the person?
Let's see if I can see the date.
She's giving me Rashawn's new cell phone number. August 10th, 20.
Okay, I gotcha. Look at this, guys. Look at this. I gotcha. I want you to pay attention. Look at this date. Does that look like 2023 or 2022? Someone tell me. Does that look like 2023 or 2022? Is that 2023 or is that 2022? Because it's really important. That is 2022. Not 2023. Last year. Okay? Last year. That's a 22 right there. Okay.
2022. The psych med and the supposed disrespect happened in 2017. So what I want us to do
He never showed us a message from 2023. He only showed us a message from 2022. They blocked your ass last year. Yes, they blocked your ass last year. They blocked you twice. That's what they said. They blocked you twice. So yes, 2022, 2023, they blocked you. They only unblocked you a few months ago. That's what DJ Envy said. I only unblocked him a few months ago. What year are we in? 2023. Therefore, August 2022 is last year when that message was. They blocked you twice. Simple as.
Is I want us to be adults. And I want us to leave the conversation alone. And I want you to go ahead and keep wrestling for what you're wrestling with, which is that brother went out of his way and he was there for me. And I've been laughing at him on my show. I've been talking shit. I've been throwing. I've been looking at the rumor report. We've been donkeying it a day in it, reading my captions and all my shit. And you've been just every time a guest come on your show, you say, hey man, what's up with Tyrese? I'll be like, damn, Envy, why you trying to bait us into talking shit about me?
Oh, is it?
You did it to Ludacris. You did it to Tank. You be bringing my name up when people come on the show. And I'm like, what my bro?
Well, you know what I mean? So I think personally, you know, for me personally, Tyrese, he tries to, and I want to go back because I know he was talking earlier on about the timing, because he was trying to point it out like it was 2023 and it was 2022. But like, it's just like a lot of the stuff that Tyrese is doing. My eye keeps hurting. Freaking out, sound in my eye. Yeah, but a lot of stuff that Tyrese keeps doing. Honestly, for me personally, he does too much. He does too much. And the thing is, because he's always trying to be the quote unquote the good guy, the nice guy, and trying to make everyone else is the one that's doing something to him, he's a perpetual victim. And I said that in my other video. I said he's a perpetual victim, and that can also be part of covert narcissism. But I'm not going to say he is one. I don't like saying that on this channel. I don't like diagnosing people. But when you are a perpetual victim, it can be a part of covert narcissism. Just going to say that straight, right? But he's a perpetual victim. Every scenario and every situation with somebody else, he was the one that was done dirty. He was the one that's been done badly. He's the one that's been done incorrectly. He's the one that's been hurt by the person, and not the other way around. The moment that she said she felt uncomfortable, you should be thinking about, hey, maybe I went too far. My bad. I made a mistake. No, instead, he's trying to, again, disprove by saying, you know, I was still talking to them. I'm still cool. Broski. We need you to respect the team. Okay? We need you to respect the team. Okay? Respect people's relationships. Respect the borders, respect the boundaries. Okay. All right. I just needed to chill. You know? But let me just play that last part again, because I want to just get at what he said about 2020.
The airwaves and say, I wanted to box you in the mouth because you disrespected my wife. My wife blocked you, I blocked you, and I just unblocked you a month ago. That's a fucking lie, bro. That is a lie. Look at this, man.
I'm trying to see if I can get...
Me and your wife were communicating August 11th, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
August 11th, 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I said something that was 7 hours and 3 8. She said, without fail. Like, I got receipts. I'm sending images of my new Rolls Royce to your wife. Like, I know y'all always got nice cars and this and that. Like, if she blocked me, if I actually disrespected her, as you allege, and you felt the way, how are we communicating August 22nd, 2023?
Pause. That's a goddamn lie, Tyrese. That is a damn lie. And that's what I don't like. That right there, I do not like. Because when he started, I wanted to listen to it again all the way through. I'll show you the clip, guys. Right? He gonna talk about it. Just listen to it again.
I'm sending images of my new Rolls Royce to your wife. Like,
All right, hold on. I'll go
well,
back.
look,
Let's
look at this, man. Me and your wife were communicating August 11th, 2022. August 11th, 2012. Look, I said something that was 7 hours and 3 days. She said without fail. Like, I got receipts. I'm sending images of my new Rolls Royce to your wife. Like, I know y'all always got nice cars and this and that. Like, if she blocked me, if I actually disrespected her, as you allege, and you felt the way, how are we communicating August 22nd, 2023?
But it's not 2023. And even if it was, it would still be in alignment with what he said. I blocked you like a month. I unblocked you like a month ago. It'd still be in alignment with their story. I only blocked you a month ago. If it was August time, because last month is August, right? It would still be in alignment with what their story was. They wouldn't be lying. They already unblocked you a month ago, and you spoke to them a month ago.
It's bullshit, bro. Like that's like, look what your wife just texted back and said. Absolutely beautiful. Talking about me purchasing an island in Turks and Caicos. That was August 23rd, 2023.
No, it wasn't. August 23rd, 2022. Don't lie now. And that's the stuff I'm talking about. That's the stuff I'm talking about. That is a lie. Because you know it's not this year. It's last year. You feel what I'm saying to you? That's this year. So don't try to change the date to make it fit your narrative when you know it was last year. And he knew. He knew. He knew exactly what he was doing. You know?
Come on, man. And the last time that all three of us was on the text chain, we were actually going back and forth trying to figure out when can we finally do an IG live with all three of us finally talking about what God put on my heart to do on behalf of the marriage.
At that point, we can leave it there. I think we've watched enough to know that brother, he ain't doing that, you know. And that's the reality. You know, this is for me personally, you know, I don't know why he wants to so highlight it on saying, you know, that he did something for them. We appreciate that he did something for them. I don't think you just need to be shouting from the hilltops every second you get about what you did for somebody. Then it just kind of reduces the authenticity of you doing something for that person. And I think that's where Tyrese is. So for me, it's disrespectful, it's manipulative, and I'm seeing some really darker traits with Tyrese that I'm like, that needs to sit on the bench and heal immediately, ASAP, Rocky. Yeah, they need to heal. All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce. I don't think there's anything more to say about the situation. But I'm going to like, share, subscribe, guys. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button. Help us to reach 100K subscribers. If you're new here and you're a part of the crew, press that like button, baby. Press that share, but also subscribe to our channel. We're trying to get to 100K by the end of the year. We'd love for you to help and support us get to there as well. Listen, I'm off. I'm going to the gym and give myself a little workout. I appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. We'll see you again very, very soon. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, baby.